Hello, my name is Scarlett, and today we're going to go over cash stuffing my wallet. This is my daily use wallet. Sometimes, like right now, I'm injured, so I don't bring this with me on every trip I go on. I take the money out of it and I use a smaller wallet just so that way I can handle the amount that I'm carrying. I do have a hurt shoulder. So I did have a bigger than normal paycheck. So you're going to see me also stuff some bills. Sorry, I always reach for it with my left hand because I'm left-handed. This is my money for when I paid a bill online. So you'll see me do that as well. This is probably going to be a longer video because I'm going to introduce you to my binders and to the way that I do budgeting. So, Curiosities and Oddities is the name of my wallet. And then in here, you can see I've already determined how much we're at. I did have to do some immediate shopping once I got paid, so you'll see that the numbers are not an even dollar amount on all of them, but that's okay. We've already accommodated for that. So on Propulsion Potion, this is for my fuel. It says we get $40. So we're going to go ahead and put $40 in there. And that's going to be two 20s. So we're going to take two 20s and put it in Propulsion Potion. I've got to be careful moving my arm because, like I said, I did hurt my shoulder. I actually dislocated my shoulder. When I was younger, I used to not do a budget for the variable expenses. I used to say, oh, we don't have the money for them. You know, we have the money for our bills, and oh, well, that's it. We'll just have to figure it out. Which is a really scary way to live. So I am 53 years old. I've learned my lesson. Some of you are probably at the point where you're learning that lesson now. Where you don't budget for it and then something comes up that all of a sudden you don't have any gas and you have to get to work, or you have an emergency and you've got to take your child to the emergency room. Those things are scary and valid, and that's why we cash stuff now, is so that way, especially me, so that way I can make sure that I have money available for when something happens. Our next envelope is Cauldron Supplies. This is my groceries, and it is $80. So we're going to go ahead and grab $80. Now, because this is my groceries, I'm going to grab two 20s and three 10s and two 5s. And the reason I'm doing it that way is so that way I have a little bit of smaller bills in here, so that way I'm not just using up all my 20s. So I've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 75, and 80. We're going to put that in Cauldron Supplies. Now, I will tell you that for a long time, I really thought that, paying your bills first was the right thing to do. It took me a long time before I got to the point where I was like, you know what? I actually need to go ahead and accommodate my other needs. So that's when I started doing this. And I just realized that Midnight Diversions is at the wrong amount. So give me just a moment while I update that, because I have spent some money from there. I spent $26 yesterday. Luckily, it was nice and even. So it's going to leave us with $44 in there. All right. So that was... So that was actually for my hobbies, but we're going to put it in here because right now my hobbies are entertainment. All right, and that was yesterday, which I think was 6.5. Not 100% on that, but we're going to put $44 in Midnight Diversions, which is my entertainment. You will see as we go through that there are some envelopes I still don't stuff. And that's because I am planning a wedding, so a lot of my extra money is going towards that. I also don't have a savings that I've started yet, except for my penny savings challenge. I'm going to pull $44. So I'm going to do a 20, a 10, 2 5s, and 4 1s. Now I might need to get some more change. I just realized this. Okay. So 20, 30, 5, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to go in midnight diversions. And it's okay if I need to get some change. I do have some ones and some other binders that I've already stuffed because they carry a balance in them, which is kind of the idea behind cash stuffing. Okay, so for Tavern Feast, we have $20. I actually didn't use anything from that. This is also where I keep my gift cards. So when people send me gift cards or give me gift cards, I go ahead and just keep them in there. So that way, if I'm out and I want to get something, I try to go to those places first so I can use up the gift cards. I'm going to just use a 20 on this one because I don't want to run out of smaller bills. Okay, and then glamour spells, we have 38. See, this is where I think we're going to end up needing to get some change. So give me just a moment while I get some change. So I always keep ones hanging around just in case. So we're going to get 10 ones just to be sure we have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, almost. Almost. Did you see that? I pulled and it came out to almost exactly 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And of course, we can't just pull money out without putting money back in. So we're going to grab a 10. We're going to put it right back in that folder. That way that amount stays the same. We're just making some change, basically. We're going to grab these ones and we're going to put them right here. Okay. So glamour spells right there. It says it has 38. So we're going to put 38 in there. So we're going to do a 20, a 10, a 5, and 3 ones. 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to do well, I can't see that 10. $38 in there. We're going to put that right in here in glamour spells. And we are almost done. We got one left. And that's going to be curiosities and oddities, which should be 47. Which I keep feeling like I'm low on this one. 10, 25, 25. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I am low. Why am I low? Oh, because this one I also didn't take out what I spent yesterday. That's why. So 47 minus $14 is what I spent yesterday. I'm so sorry, guys. Yesterday I forgot to write down stuff. I told you I have a sore shoulder, and when I came home yesterday, going out really took it out of me. So that was for mailing a package. And it was $14. So that should give me $33. Okay. So let me double check. I'm going to make sure that that's what we've got. So we've got 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, and 3. So $33. I'm going to take that and the sheet, and we're going to put it in here in curiosities and oddities. Sorry if I'm shaking. I am in some pain still from my shoulder, and I have a complete, no, you can't see it. I have a complete device that's holding me together right now. So that finishes our curiosities and oddities. And then if you look, you do see that I have a stack full of beautiful money left. This is the money that I paid virtually. So in other words, I paid it directly from my account using my debit card. And I used it to pay my bills. So we're going to go over what I paid. And we're going to write it down because I actually haven't done that part yet. So what we do is every month when we make our payment, we put the money in here. We keep it in here all month, and before the month ends, we empty the binder out so that way none of that money stays in. We don't just keep it in there because actually it's already been paid out to that person. We just want to know that it's been spent so that that way we don't double pay a bill or think that we still owe on a bill when we've already paid it. This one I actually paid late because I didn't get paid until the 4th. So I paid it on the 4th, and we're going to write deposit. And then we're going to write plus 800 because that's what my rent is. My rent actually includes, oh my gosh, pen. My rent actually includes my utilities, so I don't need to have a separate envelope for utilities, but I do have one for just in case. We're supposed to move in October. I have not prepared for that at all because that's when I'm getting married. So I will have to do that. So I don't know if you can see this, so I'm going to hold it up when I'm done so you can see what I've done. Oh, I keep making a little 0. Okay, and then this one's going to be 0. All right. So if you look, for May we did plus 800 with an $800 balance, and then we paid the rent at $800 with a $0 balance. So same thing for June 4th. We brought in 800. We have an $800 balance, and then I paid June rent, bringing it down to 0. So again, just so that we know that amount was paid, we're going to grab a 500, a 200, and a 100. I wish we had $200 bills. That would be so nice. I don't even think we have $500 bills, or at least I've never seen them because I'm not rich like that. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. So $800. We're going to put that right there in our sanctuary dues for our rent. And that one is paid. Oh, it's not going in there nicely for me. Dang, this left shoulder. My right hand doesn't work as well as my left because I am left-handed. So unfortunately, the left shoulder being down messes with that whole thing. Okay, so the next one is defense awards. This is for insurance. So my car insurance is $215. You can see where it was paid on May 10th. So we're going to put that we put the money in here on June 4th because that's when we're putting in. So deposit. And then we're going to put plus 215. And that's going to give us a 215 balance. And then we're not going to put it on here now, but on June 10th, when this payment goes through, we'll put insurance payment, 215, and then we'll zero it out. So for now, we're going to grab that $215. 210. It's actually 214 and some change, but I always round up. So that way it makes it easier for me. I do not accommodate that in my checking account, so there's always a little bit of change just left over there. Sorry. So that's again defensive wars, $215. If your car insurance is really high, I actually pay for 2 cars, 2 drivers. If your car insurance is really high and you're paying a lot, I would definitely recommend, as someone who previously worked in insurance, recommend looking for new insurance. It does not pay to be loyal in the insurance market. That is something they do not tell you. Most companies do not give you any kind of discount for being loyal. Okay. So the next one is Scrying Networks, and this is going to be my internet and cell phones. So my internet is actually included with my rent, so I don't need to include that. But I do need to include my cell phones, so I'm going to put on here on 6/1, there was a deposit of $75. because my son pays me for his cell phone. So I'm going to put deposit 75, and we're going to put plus 75. The bill actually doesn't come out until probably about the 8th or the 10th, somewhere in there. So it should be coming out soon. And when it does, I will put the amount that's owed. Usually that amount is $210. So after the $75, it comes out to like $68 every 2 weeks. So what I'll do is I'll notate that on the next paychecks. So that's what it looks like for right now. Once we get that amount in, we'll go ahead and update that. I did not pay that out of this paycheck, and I didn't use my money to pay it, so I'm not going to put money in this one. All right, this is Elemental Energy. Again, I don't have any utilities that I pay for directly, so we're not going to pay for that. Forbidden Woods is an entertainment / amusement park. We're going to go ahead and start stuffing it next 2 weeks, $20 every 2 weeks, so we have extra money in there. Iron Chariot, we actually didn't put anything in this due to my injury. I may not be getting a regular paycheck, so I'm going to have to call the auto company and let them know that that payment is going to be delayed. And then Weight of Oaths, this is a personal loan that I got that takes money out every 2 weeks. It's $674 a month, so $337 is going to come out for that one. Okay, so we've got 200, 300, 20, 30, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to take that and put that in here. And that one is due on the 5th and the 20th. So I had already paid the 20th of May. So since I had already paid the 20th of May, I went ahead and waited until closer to June 5th to pay the 5th of June because of my injury. And then I will call them and see if I need to delay the next payment or what I need to do on that, because I will not be getting a regular paycheck. But they're really, really good, and they always work with me. Did I put 337? I should have put 338. My apologies. It's always 337.05, but I always budget for 338 because I don't do coins. Sorry about that. 38. And then they just sent me a notice saying that they took it today, so I'm going to do that as well. 338. And then we're going to do 6.5. They probably actually took it on the 5th. So we're going to put paid. And we're going to put that was paid for the June 5th pay date, so we know which one was paid. And then it was paid in the amount of $338. And then that's going to zero it out. What am I doing? All right. So we've got that. And then we're going to put our money in that envelope. Again, these are just to make sure that I know that these have been paid. And I don't try to like double pay them or, think that they need to be paid still. These little sheets are actually the word banished, so that when I pay these loans off, they get a little note on them that says banished, which you'll see in my next notebook. In just a moment, we're going to switch to that. Oh, and I don't know if you saw, this one is called the Eternal Oblation, which I really love. It's so pretty. I worked really hard on these. I'm very proud. Like having a baby. All right, this is my banishing book. The banishing book actually has all of my debt in it. So these are the bills that I have paid off. Give me just a second. I'm going to show you what I do when I pay off my debt, because I did go ahead and pay 2 off. I'm holding it against me so you can't see me do it. And so that way you can see what it looks like. So first off, so the Banishing Book, so it's a Banishing Book there as well. I'm not great at my Cricut yet, but that's okay. So these are credit cards I've already paid off. The Ulta credit card, the Victoria's Secret credit card, and then these are the 2 that I've just paid off. So the K's, I don't know if you can see that, Banished K's at $216.53. So we're going to put in 217, 10, 15, 16, 17. All right. We're going to put in 217. And then since we paid that off, we're going to fit a great big Banish sticker on them, showing that it's paid off. So, like that. Okay? Like that. And then give me just a moment. I'm going to take this off side again because I have my cards in here, so that way I don't use them, but I'm going to slide them out because I realize that they might be able to be seen, and I don't want that. I'll have to edit. And I'm not a camera person. I don't know how to do these things. Okay. Sorry, I dropped my Banish sticker for my Torrid. Okay. All right. So this next one is my Torrid. It was $176.26, and I paid that one off as well. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and put my brace all the way on here, so I'm gonna be one-handed for a minute. Because I keep moving my shoulder too much. So Banished Torrid, $176.26. So we're going to do 177. So 120 or 50, 60, 70, 5, 77. So we did 177. 177. 177, we're going to put that in Torrid, and then we're going to put the little Banish sticker on, showing that it's paid off. So the good thing is that even though I was injured, at least I don't have these bills to pay. So hopefully that'll help. I mean, they're not big bills. They were only like $40 and $50. I have leftover, I have European Wax Company, which I owe $81 to, and that'll be its final payment on June 16th. I have Capital One. Oh, there should be a little pink sign in there. There is. So these all have the little pink stickers I was telling you that say Banished on them. I just need to weed them. I don't want to do that because then it becomes sticky, and I don't want it to get not sticky as we wait until it gets paid off. Capital One number 2, Cash App. So Cash App, I actually paid that balance. 5, 6, 7, 50, 60, 70, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It was $7.79. So 5, 6, 7, 50, 60, 70, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So we're going to put $5.79 in the Cash App because I paid that off. I did reborrow, so I borrowed less. That's always important to do. Um, I have a really bad money addiction, unfortunately. So that's why I'm documenting it. So that way I can get these bills paid off and paid down. Um, and then this last little bit of virtual money you see here, I actually spent, um, some money on groceries. So I spent $47 on groceries. And that we're going to take and we're going to just put back into the book. And then I don't know what the rest of the $61 is here for. I'm trying to think what else I spent on. I don't think I spent anything else. I know that out of the $47, I spent $12 on hair dye, and that was supposed to go towards my beauty, and that's why it wasn't at an even dollar amount. Yeah, I don't know what that extra money amount is, so we'll have to figure it out. But that's a little introduction into my binders. I do have my my Safe Hearth binder. This is my sinking fund. It has the things that I'm saving up for. So this has gifts and like just in case. So it has my 3 kids, my dogs, my cats. It has my hobbies in here, so I would typically use that. It has clothing, medical, dental, Hearth and Alchemy, which I actually did put $15 in Hearth and Alchemy this paycheck also because I had extra money. Chariot repairs, Sabbath blessings, and Fae offerings, and Echoes of the Past. That's to explore historical places. I love history. Autumn Ritual, this is for my wedding, so you will see some more of that as we go because I just had to put money in that. I think I just put $47. Is that part of that? That might be. No, I only have $1. I don't know. I don't know what that is for. So I did just spend $47 from my wedding amounts that's in the bank. So we'll have to figure out that. And then I have Cauldron of Whispers. This is my savings binder. So I have my penny challenge documented in here, as well as the emergency savings, and then the month ahead. And that is for eventually when I get some of my credit cards down, I will start saving for that. And again, I want to express how important it is to continue to save even when you don't feel like you have the time. A lot of people don't feel like they can take time or money to invest in their day-to-day life because they feel like, well, I've got to pay this bill is due. And that's true, but sometimes you can call the bills and they will work with you. I will tell you that I called my auto company and they would not work with me. So you know what I had to do? I had to call someone else to see if they would work with me because I can't have a lender that won't work with me. And so that's, I mean, if that's what you've got to do, that's what you've got to do, you know. Let's not continue to work with companies that are not willing to, you know, give you a lower interest rate or meet you halfway on a payment. Especially if you've been paying them for like 2 or 3 years and you've been a good regular payment customer, there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to provide you some assistance when you need assistance. So never ever let them tell you that they can't do it. What they mean is they don't value you enough. And that's important. Well, I think that's it for now. I will figure out what's going on with this extra money. I did pull out just exactly enough for my video today, so I'm not sure exactly how I miscounted. It could be that bills are stuck together. These soft bills do tend to stick together. But if you have any questions or comments, or you like to see some more from something else, please let me know. Going forward, I will let you know that because my next 2 week paycheck is not going to be that big, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing with my money because I don't know. I think I have enough to pay one bill. And I got to see which bills are going to let me move them around. So there's that. And I can't go back to work until I'm released from my doctor's note, which put me on no walking, which is weird because it's my shoulder. And I was like, I don't know why I can't stand, but I am getting really tired with working. So maybe that's like it's exhausting to be out and about and do things. So maybe that's part of it, because the pain is taking it out of me, but I don't know. But thanks for coming. I hope you guys had a good time. Again, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. Bye. Have a good day.